I'm Nancy Dowling, and I'm a registered dietitian and certified diabetes educator. I'm presently working at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts in Quincy as a health coach. We're at the Peacefield, John Adams' second home, which is a beautiful surroundings because we are starting the John Adams Health Walk. And as a committee chairperson, we're encouraging people to walk, as John Adams did, 3 to 4 miles a day. I lived in Quincy for almost 20 years, and during the time that I was here, I ran marathons. And a lot of time during that time, and maybe it was the runner's high, but I actually used to always think to myself, I wonder if I'm stepping on the steps that John Adams stepped in. I had brought it up with my kids, who were at the time maybe in middle school through high school, and talked about the idea of trying to discover where John Adams was a walker, because I knew that he walked. I knew he was, at that point, lived to be nearly 91 years old. There's only 2 presidents that have outlived him. It's actually Reagan and Ford, and they lived to be 93, and they had the benefits of Lipitor and all the other medications that we have in today's world. John Adams didn't have that, and he still lived to be 90 years. I discovered from Ed Fitzgerald, when I talked with him at the Quincy Historical Society, that, of course, saddling up a horse was sort of like for us taking a train or a bus or an airplane, because it was a lot of work to saddle up a horse. And so a lot of people walked. But Adams really believed in exercise, and this is where it really made the difference for me, because I didn't even know, Sue, truthfully, that at the beginning I wasn't sure if the word exercise was even used in the late 1700s, early 1800s, but indeed it was used, and in fact John Adams has some beautiful quotes with regards to the benefits of exercise, that it dispels melancholy and other things. So I really believe this in my heart, and I believe that we have to learn from history. In the same vein that we learn from history for many other things, we have to learn from history with regards to healthcare. And John Adams, Quincy is blessed because John Adams has the benefits of the documentation, the fact that he lived here and he loved Quincy. It's a perfect combination of health and history, but it's an idea that can be duplicated around the country, I believe.
So what do you want to do in Quincy exactly?
This is drawing attention to the idea of establishing a permanent walk for John Adams. If the permanent walk would be in the vicinity of maybe 3 to 4 miles. We haven't really determined that yet. I have to tell you that the quote that we have from 1812, in talking with historians, they said it's going to be tough to duplicate his exact footsteps. He walked everywhere, and it's documented that, from example, from the Old House to President's Hill, or from the Old House down to Germantown. So there could be several walks that denote that 3 to 4 mile advantage of walking on a regular basis. And we're encouraging people. We're going to have a big kickoff event on September 28th at 8:15, meeting at Pageant Field. We're going to walk what we have been walking through the summer, and it's about 3.5 miles, mostly level, flat, and we intend to do that. But that is just an effort that will draw attention to a permanent walk.